Hey guys, it's been a while. Today I'll be talking about the whole Wizard Liz situation and my thoughts on it. So as many of you may already know, Liz got cheated on by her fiancé/husband since they were engaged and she was 4 months pregnant. He cheated on her by creating a new Snapchat account and trying to link up with this girl named Peyton. However, thank the God Peyton was a girl's girl, and not only did she humiliatingly reject Landon, but also immediately inform Liz about it. Therefore, Liz finding out Landon was cheating on her. Bro really tried to cheat and got rejected. How freaking embarrassing is that? Of course, Liz immediately left since those are her morals. And if you guys have been watching her, you would know her strict morals and what she stands by, as well as promoting narcissism. And always put yourself first, woman power, how to stand up for yourself and respect yourself, relationship advice, and just all sorts of advice on life. After she left Landon crashed out and tried to victimize himself by creating Instagram stories of owning up to his, quote, mistakes, and how much of a horrible person he is. Like, yeah, bro, you are. He also threatened to hurt himself. Like, bro, what? After a day or so, Landon posted screenshots of chats with Peyton on his Instagram stories. Like, that's gonna make him look any better by owning up to cheating. Landon was basically trying to link up with Peyton, but got miserably rejected. By the screenshots, the way he words his sentences clearly, and obviously suggest he's tried to cheat before. 2, and this was not the first time. If you want to see the screenshots, search them on TikTok, they're pretty easy to find. Anyway, bro, really thought we would go on his side because he owned up to cheating. Like, bro, I don't even know what to say. Oh wait, I just found the screenshots, LOL. From what he's saying, clearly he's tried to link and cheat before. How pathetic. Not only did this man stalk Liz before they got together, he also strategically baby-trapped her before cheating. An actual freaking monster. To clarify him stalking her, he basically coincidentally happened to be at the same airport as Liz and somehow recognized her even though she was in full disguise and approached her recognizing her like, bro, that is not a coincidence. To further clarify this, watch this video, which makes a lot more sense.
Message is for the wizard Liz. I'm gonna talk to you like you're my bestie, okay? And I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't even watch your content regularly. It just every once in a while pops up on my feed. You were stalked by that man. And I know you don't want to believe that right now. And the Instagram post that you made today, sticking up for that dude who is clearly manipulating you by saying, I'm gonna hurt myself. Bitch, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck up, okay? I don't know how bad those pregnancy hormones are fucking with you right now, but it seems like a lot. Because when he met you by random in an airport in another country that neither of you fucking live in, while you were in full disguise, and he randomly walked up to you, that was because he had access to your fucking phone. Okay? Those little links and things that he was sending you when you said that he was sending you like books and stuff, I'm willing to bet that at least one of those was an IP grabber, and he got your IP address, and he got access into your phone and into your home network. It is becoming increasingly common for this to happen. It's called digital stalking. That man got access to your phone, and he watched you buy that ticket to that airport. And that is how he met you there. And the only reason that I know that this is the truth is because it happened to me. As a matter of fact, I went to a music festival recently, and they watched me buy that ticket, and then they showed up at that festival, and they camped next to my camping space to intimidate me, and then they sent someone to follow me home and watch me unpack to intimidate me. Because they watched me buy the ticket. I didn't announce where I was going. I didn't tell anyone. They are in your home network and your phone. And I'm saying they because it's definitely not just fucking him. Okay. He also had his friends make you an app. Is that what I heard? You installed spyware on your phone willingly because this man has been complimenting you. Okay. Look, this sucks. And you're going to laugh at this one day. But you are actually in danger. You are in danger right now. Okay. He's not going to hurt himself. You are in danger. You are in danger. Okay. I need you to take your phone to a digital forensics expert now and tell them that you believe it's been compromised and have them look at it. And when they find that evidence, you need to do what the fuck you are supposed to do, which is turn him the fuck in. You are literally being tested by the fucking universe right now. Are you going to do what you have been preaching? Or are you going to cover this man from the consequences of his actions? What are you gonna do? Please get the fuck up. Please get the fuck up. You were stalked. You are still being stalked. Everything that you have done, all of your financial information, everything, your business, your entire life is at risk right now. And that sounds really serious because it is. Digital forensics expert. Now. Get an IT person in your home and re-secure your network. Redo your firewall. Everything. You need to change the locks. Now. Please protect yourself. Oh my fucking God. Okay, thanks. Bye. This message is for the wizard Liz.
Anyways, that should clarify the dumbass stalker Landon and what he did to even get close to Liz in the first place. Now, just recently, not only one but 2 of Landon's ex-girlfriends have reached out to share similar experiences with him. How he love-bombed, manipulated, and cheated on both of them, now Liz too. One of his ex-girlfriends, Abby, has shared how he physically abused her and cheated on her 8 different times, then would send her thousands of flowers and blame his actions on God, like what? Landon's ex Catherine implied of having a similar experience with Landon the dumbass. However, it seems as though Abby got the worst of it. Abby recently came forward and shared her traumatic experience with Landon, to which she shows all the proof of it in the videos she posted on the topic. From cheating on her 8 times to physically abusing her to getting her pregnant, cheating causing Abby to have a miscarriage, manipulating and gaslighting her constantly, harassing her family, threatening her to remove her posts, lying and victimizing himself on Instagram stories to make it seem like Abby was lying, even though she showed proof. He is literally spawn of Satan at this point. Now, what's really weird is the way Liz responded to this. Abby reached out to Liz to comfort and support her as both women were victims of Landon the dumbass. However, Liz posted stories of defending Landon the dumbass, and not only indirectly calling Abby a liar with no proof, but also blaming her followers and supporters of stop attacking Landon, and that quote, he's already going through it. Almost as if he's going through the consequences to his own actions. And Liz, if you really didn't want Landon to get attacked, you should have never brought this on the internet. I'm sure you are not brain dead, Liz, to not know when you post something like that on the internet for the whole world to see it will get criticized. Not only did Liz call Abby a liar with no proof, she completely defending Landon the dumbass and his false claims whilst also completely dismissing Abby's trauma and all the crap Abby had to go through. The only thing Liz picked up was that Abby assuming Liz is Middle Eastern because of her accent, to which Liz got so offended by and proceeded to completely dismiss another woman's trauma, but also call her a liar. Even that Abby literally showed proof to the abuse she went through. Liz also lied herself by saying Abby had apparently blocked her, to which Abby responded to, and showed proof that Liz was never ever blocked. Liz, what the hell are you doing? Both Liz and Landon claimed Abby was posting for clout, but Abby debunked that too and showed proof that she is gaining no clout from sharing her story. And to those of you idiots who are still defending Liz and blaming her behavior on her pregnancy, need to get your ass back to school. Getting pregnant does not change what you preach and what your morals are. Pregnancy does not change your whole mindset. Seriously, some of you are acting like pregnancy means completely losing yourself and who you are. It does not. The Wizard Liz has built her whole career on being a powerful woman and preaches for narcissism and getting rid of people who, quote, disrespect you even once, and to get rid of them. She has built her whole career on this, and much more powerful, narcissistic, and also, quote, being a girl's girl, and is now going against her own advice. To me, it just looks like Liz is in denial. She indeed got played, therefore why she is taking that anger out on Abby. But who knows? Liz's ego is way too big. And although being a narcissist is okay to an extent, however, there is a line for everything which Liz has already crossed. Completely dismissing a victim and her trauma, and on top of that claiming she is a liar, despite all the proof, is actually diabolical and extremely immature. Both Liz and Landon both act like immature kids, and it seems to me Abby is the only sane person despite all her trauma. It's really a shame how much of a hypocrite Liz is and going against everything she has ever preached for. At this point, it looks like there will be a good chance she will go back to Landon the dumbass. Here are some other sane people's thoughts on this.
And this is the first time he laid his hands on me, and I'm gonna show you the video, trigger warning. And he was coming to come get me. Abby, Landon's ex-girlfriend, has just released a series of videos here on TikTok shedding some light on what her relationship with Landon looked like, and let's just say it's not pretty. Landon has subjugated this poor girl to pretty much every form of abuse: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Abby breaks out in stress rashes and has other physical reactions just talking about him, which I think just shows how much his abuse continues to impact her just because of how much abuse she was subjected to in their relationship. In her latest video, she shares that Landon has somehow found the phone number for her father and other people that she's close with, and he's basically begging them to get her to take these videos down, but of course, she's not gonna do that. Abby shares that Landon cheated on her multiple times with other women during their relationship, and this is a conversation that they had after he'd been caught. He spams her with a bunch of messages saying that it's not something I'll do again, I love you so much, if for whatever reason another boyfriend or future boyfriend of yours wrongs you in the same way that you forgive him, as it says we should in the Bible. Unconditional love means loving people through their faults as they grow. This is very similar to what we are seeing Landon do to the Wizard Liz right now, because he also is asking for her forgiveness. He thinks that admitting to cheating on her and posting screenshots of how he was talking to the girl on Snapchat, that's going to make him seem like a very honest man, that he's open for change, that he's open to grow as a person, that he won't do it again. But that's all he was saying to Abby as well, and now look at what he's done with Liz. Admitting her wrongdoings does not equate to forgiveness, and I think that that's just a concept that Landon doesn't understand. Abby was trauma bonded to him, and she ended up taking him back 7-8 times. They broke up 7-8 times, and they broke up every time because he was cheating on her, and he'd always admit his wrongdoings, and then, you know, she would forgive him, but it wasn't really real forgiveness, it was a trauma bond. And so he thought that these tactics would continue to work past his relationship with this girl into the next relationship he'd have with the next girl, who in this situation happens to be Liz, and now he's short fusing because those tactics are not working anymore. After blocking him off of pretty much everything, he sends her thousands of emails trying to get her to take him back. Abby shares that he came and found her in her new place of residence where she was staying with her best friend. Her best friend happened to be there, and he came in and he started begging and crying on his hands and knees in front of her best friend to take him back. This is the message that she sent him after he got physically violent with her, saying, "You punched a hole in the wall and cornered me 4 different times, getting in my face and pushing me." He also says, "Please do not show up to my house or I will call the police on you again." Police were involved during the course of their relationship, and she had a restraining order against Landon at some point in the past as well. Abby shares that he was a stalker to her, that she moved to Miami, had a completely new place of residence, started seeing a new therapist. Somehow Landon found her new place of residence, found her therapist, and started seeing
seeing her therapist as a patient himself to try and convince the therapist that him and her were meant to be together. She shares that she blocked him off of everything. She went on a separate trip with her friends, and that he found her at her separate trip. He found her in a Sephora and tried to get her taken back in the Sephora. I know there are a lot of people theorizing on TikTok that Landon also stalked the Wizard Liz and found her at the airport, and honestly, after seeing what Abby has shared in her videos, I wouldn't be too surprised if that's exactly what happened. Abby was also pregnant at some point in their relationship, but unfortunately suffered from a miscarriage. He also convinced Abby that there was something neurologically wrong with her and tried to get her diagnosed with BPD, which of course the therapist was like, girl, you don't have BPD. Happy to share that Abby is currently in a happy and healthy relationship with her boyfriend Touchwood, and I think she's so strong for coming out and sharing her experience with Landon. She's a true girl's girl. She did send a DM to the Wizard Liz during their relationship. She wanted to tell the Wizard Liz basically like just be careful of this man and maybe share her experience with the Wizard Liz, but the Wizard Liz didn't see the message because she probably has thousands and thousands of DMs. But I truly think that she's so strong for coming forward with this, and no girl should ever have to go through this. And the fact that she tried to warn the Wizard Liz in the first place, I think is extremely commendable.
Not only does she attack Abby for being a girl's girl, but she's actually defending Landon against the hate that he's getting. Of course he's gonna get hate because it's social media. That's something you can't stop. And for a man to cheat on a woman and her to gaslight everyone saying that she doesn't want him to do this to himself, like, girl, you're not even worried about the courage that it took Abby to come out in your defense. The girl was literally shaking and getting high from recounting the damage she went through with Landon. Not only that, but she messaged in November, and I get it, Liz might not have seen, but she never made fun of your accent. She literally said she was starstruck when she heard the voice, and the girl say this is Liz. She was starstruck. The girl had an accent. She thought it was you and fro. To me, it doesn't sound at all. I'm not an expert. Remember, this is just my opinion. Don't take anything I say to be the truth, but I'm just thinking like everybody else. She might not be over this guy.
The Wizard Liz attacking Landon's ex and taking Landon's side in this whole situation is going to be the downfall of her platform. How do you mean? You come, tell us everything that has happened. A girl comes out, tells her story, shows receipts, shows all the manipulation tactics he's using on her, the same tactics he's using on you, the same narrative about forgiving mistakes, I didn't make a mistake, God will help me, manipulating women by using their trauma, love bombing, expensive gifts, stalking, all of those things that he's done to her and done to you. You see all those things, and then you come on your platform and you accuse the girl of something you have absolutely no proof of, except for your ex's cheating ass words. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna stop watching her. I understand she panders to patriarchal society by saying you don't have to be your feminine can put you in the feminine box. She's very naive. She's very easily manipulated, right? You can have a little bit of critical thinking, so you can as much as I wanted to be on her side of the story, and I absolutely not blame her for falling for manipulation, grand gestures, being played by the school. I don't blame her for that. But there we have to draw a line somewhere, right? Your ego is so big you refuse to admit that you were played like many women in his past, that you were not in any way unique or special to him. And that what he did wasn't a mistake, it was a pattern of behavior. You don't want to stay on him, don't bring it on the internet. You want to take him back? Don't attack a victim, a girl who barely built her courage up to speak up on the situation. You came on your crying and literally shaking, showing receipts, showing dates, just comparing the timeline. I hope Liz and her baby are well. I hope she's coming out okay out of the situation. But let this be a prime example of why you shouldn't, number one, why you shouldn't trust everything you hear on the internet. Number two, why you should not trust women who pander to patriarchy. Because if you were the other woman, like Landon's ex-girlfriend, yeah, she'll throw you under the bus, just like that.
To anyone who still supports her after this, your frontal lobe isn't fully developed. You need to wake the hell up and get a grip that Liz is in fact not the image she has built of herself over the years. She is overall just not a nice person. And if you support, you are probably just like her, which to be honest is just pathetic. Wake up. And if you are blaming her behavior on her pregnancy, please go to school. At the end of the day, Landon the dumbass started this mess, so he should be the one to pay for it. I pray there's enough evidence to put him behind bars where he rightfully belongs. And I truly hope Liz can also wake the hell up and her baby comes out healthy. Side note, not only did Landon stalk Liz, but he also stalked Abby and every person she ever associated. Watch Abby's videos of her explaining her story on her TikTok account at abby.irl. Now I'll share my viewpoint and my personal opinion on this. First, as we all know, Liz's whole mindset and personality is all built around being a narcissist and getting rid of every person who, quote, even disrespects you once. Now, in my opinion, this is a very powerful mindset. However, it won't get you anywhere in life, and here's why. Liz being so open about her powerful mindset obviously lured Landon the dumbass in, since as I've previously explained, he's treated so many powerful women like Abby horribly and left them completely broken. Now, it is most likely Landon was jealous of Liz and wanted to leave such a powerful, strong-willed woman completely broken, which he succeeded in. I say he succeeded. Since Liz, whose whole personality trait is thinking logically, she crashed out on Instagram and posted stories of her blatantly backing up Landon the dumbass and his myths about Abby after Abby shared her trauma. Not cool, Liz. Now, most of you will argue Liz wasn't defending Landon but herself. She was defending both. She defended Landon by backing him up on all the ridiculous claims he made on Abby after Abby shared her story. Clearly, Landon felt threatened and therefore crashed out, but Liz fell into his lies and backed him up, completely dismissing the shithole Abby went through with him. Now, she supposedly defended herself on the fact Abby got a call from Liz in November. Liz claims she never did and said Abby blocked her. In Sabine's recent post, Sabine shows supposed proof that Abby blocked Liz. However, Abby has already showed proof that Liz was never ever blocked, so we all know where this is going, right? It is very most likely Landon has something to do with this, since the guy already has a reputation of hacking into people's phones. Liz and her sister are so quick to turn the whole shit on Abby, and not even consider another explanation. Now Sabine said this in her recent post. Quote, the woman always gets blamed. Which is very ironic since both Liz and Sabine keep blaming and shading Abby. Quite the dynamic of being a hypocrite. Sabine said the only reason Liz shared the fact she got cheated on was to be truthful and not portray a false narrative of having a picture-perfect relationship, and they never expected this much hate towards Landon just because he cheated. Now this shit makes absolutely no sense. I thought it was common sense that when you post anything on the internet of any sort, it will always get criticism. You can come across a slime-making video and see hate comments on that. So then how the hell did you expect Landon to receive no hate when Liz had almost the entire female population on her side, including me? However, by seeing Liz go against her own morals and victim blame Abby, that just put me off Liz entirely, causing me to wonder if Liz's whole personality she's shown herself to be false. Now, I'm not completely defending Abby either. Leaking Landon's phone numbers to the public was definitely not a good idea. However, it's understandable to why Abby did leak it. If she did, the physical and emotional abuse he put not only Abby through, but all the girls he ever dated, just leaking his phone number honestly seemed too less. Side note. I don't even know if it's true that Abby leaked his phone number. Me personally, I haven't seen any proof that she did leak it. I've only seen Sabine and Liz say that Abby leaked it, so I don't know if it's true or not. Sabine and Liz also claimed that Abby was deleting their friend's comment of saying the Liz didn't call Abby in November. However, Abby came forward and showed screenshots and proof she hasn't deleted any comments, and she has no motive to delete any comments about a phone call, since not only is it completely irrelevant to the trauma she went through, but also a distraction from the shit Landon the dumbass has caused. Liz and Sabine, why the hell does an irrelevant phone call from months ago even matter over the shitstorm Landon has caused? It's honestly sad how both Liz and Sabine are so easily manipulated by Landon. They're literally focusing on a non-issue. Like, hello, why are we completely ignoring the actual problem of abusing and stalking? In Liz's story, she said, quote, "For Abby to keep Liz out of this mess and that it isn't any of her business." Okay, first of all, it was not any of our business that Landon cheated, but you still decided to post it. So how the hell do you say the previous victim of your ex isn't any of your business when he's putting you through the same shit now? In no way, shape, or form did Abby ever shade Liz, so it's confusing why Liz is. There are many reasons to why she may be, however. Only she knows the real reason. And I highly doubt she'll ever come forward and explain why she even victim blamed in the first place. My personal interpretation of her actions of shading Abby is that Liz's ego was hurt. She was in denial to accept the fact that the so-called love of her life has played multiple women before, and that Liz isn't the first one. This obviously hurt her image since she has shown herself to be an extremely powerful and strong-willed woman on the internet. So getting played herself by a filthy, cheating fuckboy definitely cut deep. So instead of rightfully blaming Landon the dumbass, she shifted the blame to Abby and made such a non-issue of a dumbass phone call. A massive issue to distract everyone from the truth of who Liz was truly engaged to, and the great extent to how deep Landon the dumbass's filthy and disturbing lore really goes. I'm not blaming or defending anyone. I'm trying to understand Liz too, but it just makes no sense. Maybe because she's carrying his baby, she still wants to look at Landon in a positive way, and not let that positive image of him get stained with how much of a demon he truly is, since at the end of the day, he is the father to her child. And Landon the dumbass purposely waited for Liz to get up to the 4th month of pregnancy, since after the 4th month, abortion is illegal where they live. He did this before to Abby, to when he got Abby pregnant but continued cheating on her. However, Abby didn't get baby-trapped since she had a miscarriage. He successfully baby-trapped Liz to strategically be a part of her life forever, regardless of the monster he is. So the reason to Liz's actions might very well be a coping method to which I don't blame her for. However, it just isn't right. Since Liz let her emotions get the better of her, and the result of still being manipulated by Landon the dumbass, her image is ruined. The best thing for her to do will be to not engage in any drama whatsoever and only focus on her pregnancy and making sure her baby comes out healthy. She also needs to permanently get rid of that monster for her and her baby's sake, and she needs to do it now. By getting permanently get rid of, I mean putting him behind bars where he belongs. Since I highly doubt if she blocks him everywhere he'll leave, she needs to focus on herself and the baby, nothing else matters. I just hope she can wake the hell up and actually do what she has always preached for. Me personally, I'm on nobody's side since I can understand both Liz and Abby. I just truly hope Landon the dumbass receives all the rightful consequences to his disgusting actions and Liz's baby comes out healthy, and Landon won't ever be able to contact her in any shape or form.